What's good, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. It's your girl, MMG, the Mommy Money Getter. How's everybody doing today? You already know I got a great live for us today, and I hope somebody named Kamaria turns her uh, device down so you guys can hear me. What's good? Can you guys hear me? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me, guys, because I have this microphone situation going. Let me know if you can hear me. Please put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Kamaria, go to my YouTube and see if you can hear me on the YouTube. I don't know if I can be heard or not. Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Are you able to hear me? Yeah. On the testing, testing. Okay, you can hear me fine. That's good. That's good. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in. You guys saw the thumbnail, but in case you didn't, because I know some of you just see my pretty face and you just tap on in. I appreciate you, those of you who do that, by the way. I appreciate everybody who stops by my live. It's a joy to come on live every day. It's a joy to converse with you all, to meet new people, to network, to make good friends, right? Because that's what we are. We're friends. And if you are subscribed to my channel, you are a money getter, which means you're going to wake up and get to the bag every day. Which bag is that? It's not just about a money bag. It's about your spiritual bag. It's about your health and wellness bag. It's about your parental bag. If you're a parent, it's about your business bag, making sure you got everything where you want it to be. I'm right now working on my health and wellness bag. I'm working on my business bag, my content creator bag. I'm working on my money bag. I want everything to be in alignment with the vision I have for my life. You should have a mission and vision statement for your life, for the things that you want to do, for how you see yourself. Not a lot of people think of themselves as a business, but I am a business. And well, because you're too busy being in somebody else's business. That's why you can't see yourself as a business. But I'm a business and I got to take care of me. My health was out of alignment. I wasn't going hard for my business like I should be. My parenting is, there's no such thing as a perfect parent, and you're always constantly evolving as a parent. You're constantly evolving as a person, right? But I feel like I wake up and I do my best every day as a mom. Not only that, I try to pour into my children. I try to take care of my kids the best way I can. That's like my ultimate goal every day. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please hit the like button when you come in. That helps the algorithm. Hey, Keela, Gojo, Angelo, Fortunate. Thanks for tuning in. You have kids too? Right. So you can feel me, right? Hey, Butterfly. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hey, 601 Ashley, what's going on? Guys, hit the like button for me and also consider subscribing to my channel if you're new here, especially if you stayed until the end of the live. We got some good things to talk about. But back to the business of you. Okay? I know we like to get online. We like to get on YouTube and watch different videos, but you're watching me today. And stay tuned. Stay right here. Stay right here. Don't leave just yet. But when you get done, and if you have a pen and pad, if you have your notes at the ready, write this down in your notes. I'm going to drop so many gems today. And I hope By the end of this live, somebody is thinking differently, somebody is ready to take action, and someone who is watching me has a renewed vigor, a new zeal for life. Um, I watch a lot of people on live, even though I'm a content creator. I watch other content creators, and the ones that have the strongest ability to really get me to subscribe and to continue watching them are those who have a positive message, those who are inspiring me, because I need that as a mom, as a single mom. I'm a single mom, okay? As a content creator, as someone who is looking to improve on her health and wellness, as somebody who's seeking to improve on my mindset. I need, while I'm having fun on YouTube and while I'm putting out, fun content or consuming fun content, I also need somebody who could, get me to stay motivated when I'm off this stuff, because I still got to live with me, right? Girl, me too. You have two beautiful and blessed girls. I have five girls. So you already know. With two girls, I know you got your hands full. No comparison at all, but honey, I got five of them. So I got to keep myself motivated. I got to do it for myself because ain't nobody else going to come do it. Hi, Janet. Thanks for tuning in. How are you doing today? Everybody, right now, I want to know. I want to take this opportunity right now to see where your mind is. And there's no right or wrong answer. If you're feeling down, put that in the chat. If you're feeling great, put that in the chat. If you're in between, put that in the chat. Let's really take this opportunity to really check in with who we are. This isn't for me. This isn't for anybody else in the live. This is for you. Check in with yourself. Today, I feel great, girls. I feel great. Like I said, I'm on my health and wellness journey. I've lost 20 pounds. I got on my little skirt today. You guys, if you saw my if you saw my post on my community wall, run over there and check it out. Honey, I got on a skirt today, and I'm not playing with nobody. I don't care that I still have a lot of weight to lose. I feel cool and I feel confident in myself. I don't care that I don't have all the money I want to have, or that my content isn't quite where I want it to be yet. I'm still showing up for me. I'm still here to show up for you. And I'm still here to motivate you and myself. This is not just me talking to people. This is me loving on you and pouring into you the way I know I have to pour into myself. Because if we don't do it, if we don't pour into ourselves, if we don't wake up and say, you know what? So what, I have weight to lose. So what, I'm still looking for a job. So what, my kids are acting up. So what, my husband, I could just punch that man. So what, my wife has been nagging me all day. I'm happy with me. I'm good with me. And if I'm not that way, I'm going to get there. Because that's what it's all about. That's what we have to do. Hi, Osmain. It's actually still morning where I'm at. Well, it's afternoon now. Hey, Owen, the chair bender. Right. Hey, Joyce Worley. It's been a while. You haven't been tuning in. Thanks for tuning in to this live. Thank you, Butterfly. I've been working really hard on trying to lose the weight. And it hasn't been easy at all. I think I would probably have thought that I would want like something sweet. Thank you, Mom. I would have thought that I would wanted something sweet, but I have like a salt thing, right? I'm desiring like chips and French fries. I didn't know that about myself. See, I'm learning that about myself. And nobody knows you like you know you. Nobody knows. Like we walk around thinking that, oh, that's my mother. She should know when I'm not feeling well. Unless somebody is really in tune with, like, I try to watch out for my kids. When I see that they're isolating, when I see that they're quiet, or when I see that they're moving too fast, I try to tune into them and say, hey, slow down. You're moving kind of fast. Like everything decent and in order. Or come on, like, let's go out and do something. You're Like, what you got going on? What's on your mind? I'm always going to do that. What's good, open butt? Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks. Shout out to everybody today. Listen, you saw the thumbnail and you stopped by to kick it with your girl for a little bit. So that lets me know all top. You are seeking inspiration and motivation because there's something on your mind, something on your heart that you really need encouraging with. And this morning I was over on TikTok just skimming through like I normally do. And I saw that right now what's trending is a lot of people talking about Black women needing to lose weight. And as with everything, guys, Black women are at the bottom of the totem pole, right? Why is that? Why are we disregarded? The why is it always that Black women need to do this, Black women need to do that? Like I said, I'm on a health and wellness journey for me. I see myself in the mirror and I know how I feel to be overweight. Um, Everybody will get to that place where they need to, but just like Black women may need to lose weight and may need to focus on their health more, it's not going to motivate us to do that by having everybody, you know, having us in their eyesight. Like, find something else to do. Find a way to motivate and encourage, or get off your soapbox. Because I've done the dieting. I've lost the same 15 pounds over and over again, then regained it and gained some more in the last 2 years. So I know what to do to lose weight. I know that I feel better when I'm eating right. But this year I was so stressed out. I didn't even notice I was stressed out. All I knew is I kept saying to myself, all I want to do is eat. All I want to do is eat. I just keep eating. I just kept eating. And I kept praying to God. And I kept thinking that it was me being undisciplined. I kept thinking that it was me just being greedy, but it wasn't. It really was a switch on in my brain brought on by stress and cortisol overload that was causing me to see. And plus, I take steroids. So all those things were causing me to want to eat more. Once my stress levels reduced considerably, once I started sleeping better and taking better care of myself, and I ceased the need for steroids, my appetite just starts going down, and I was able to get back to eating a normal diet. But we have to address bigger things than the need to lose weight. Got to address the stress. We have to uh, we have to look at how women are, like myself, are single moms and they don't have the help or the resources that they need. We have to address how they're being treated in society, disrespected, and how doctors aren't taking care of us the way that they need to. Me, myself, I've always been very dogmatic about my life, about who I am, and you're going to respect me. So when I go to the doctor, I'm going to ask questions and I'm going to ask for tests, and you're not just going to send me on my way. But some people are more passive, or they don't know the questions to ask, right? Absolutely, open book. Your lifestyle has a lot to do with it. Think about it though, like in the Black community, one thing about us, um, we eat soul food, right? When we get together, we're barbecuing, we're having, fried chicken or things like that. We got to have our red velvet cake. It certainly has a lot to do with our diet, right? And plus, if you're a single mom and you have to get up early and get your kids ready, and then by the time you get off work, you're helping with homework and things like that, there's not a lot of time left for you to say, okay, I want to exercise, because you're tired. It takes a little bit more willpower, and it's going to take women the ability to say, let me take an hour less doing something for somebody else and do that for me, because nobody is coming to rescue you, right? If you're a single mom, and things didn't work out with your child's father, or if you're a single dad. Because when I do these lives, I don't just do them with women who look like me in mind. I do want to target those women who look like me because I feel like we can relate in some ways, but I also feel like I have something to give to others. So I'm very appreciative for all of you who are here. Thank you, Joyce. My mom honestly surprises me because she's always been able to detect when something was off with us, even if she didn't know exactly what it was. Um, Sometimes people can pretend too, right? Like I'm good at these days, I'm better at not showing exactly how I feel. I won't say it, and I try to not mask it, but I try to deal with life differently because um, I've had family support, but when it's come to down to it, the things that I really needed, I've only been able to get from God. And so these days, something could be bothering me, and I'm just worn within, and I'm really just talking to God about it, and I'm really just reading my Bible and just getting quiet and listening to Him. I talked about my breast cancer diagnosis last year, um, my false diagnosis, but what I actually have is lobular carcinoma in situ. And what it is a predictor of your risk of having future breast cancer. So it's a stage 0, and it's not exactly breast cancer. They said that they call it. It's very, very confusing. But what it does let you know is that you should monitor your and your situation and do more mammograms and things like that. So that's what I actually have. But when I found out about it, I don't think I told my mom until the next day. I didn't tell my children what was going on with me for like a week until I went to my surgeon, and they really broke it down and let me know what my options were and what um, I was dealing with, right? So I don't have cancer, but I do have a very much higher risk of getting it. And so I have to just get monitored more closely. And I also have to, um, you know, change my lifestyle, which is why one of the reasons why I have to lose weight and drink more water and exercise. That lessens your predictability of getting breast cancer or any cancer. So those are the type of things that can motivate you as well, right? Even when you don't want to listen to anyone else. If the doctor tells you you are more likely than not to develop breast cancer, you have a higher risk, that's going to be up to you to make the adjustments, right? If you know that you're a single mom and you can't call on the dad because he's either absent or he's moved on with his life or he's unreliable, what are you going to do? Sit there and cry about it for the rest of your life? I mean, some people do. I knew someone, I mean, it was years and they were still talking about that ex husband. I know people who do that. I've met men who are still talking about their ex wife, still mad, still bitter. Well, that may have been on them when you were with them, and maybe you had to get over that hurt and move on. But it's 10 years now. Come on. If you are still mad at somebody that did something to you 10 years ago, 5 years ago, that is on you. And can I be real with you guys? Because I just got to be real. I was like that. I was that person. Bitter, broken, bruised, battered, all of the things. That was me. Um, and one day I said to myself, God, I'm not going to let somebody victimize me twice. You already did it to me. Now you're not going to have me mad at you now. So you don't get to say something to me and then I stay mad at you, and then now I'm upset, and now I'm warring within because of something you did to me. No, I'm going to pray about it, and I might not ever deal with you again. If God tell me to help you, I'll probably help you. But I'm not going to just sit around being broken because of, God is going to put me back together again. And it may take some time depending on the hurt that you have suffered. Just like, this is a way I say it. If you were in a car accident and you broke your leg, right? It's going to take time for you to heal, right? Maybe they had to put pins in your leg. Maybe you had to get physical therapy. You had to learn how to walk on that leg again, and you have to uh, gain strength and do exercises to build up your muscles. That's the same thing. Some hurts are so gut wrenching, so bone crushing. And people say, well, you're still mad about that, but some things hurt us very deeply. Some of you watching have been abused as a child. Some of you have went through DV in a relationship. Some of you have had children who broke your heart, who disappointed you and disrespected you. Some of you have uh, gave your all to a job and they just laid you off. They just threw you to the side, or you didn't get that promotion that you felt you were working for and putting your all into. It could be anything. And it's not easy to just wake up one day and say, oh, I'm over it. But we have to constantly do the work, right? Because those companies, they don't care. They want weird. And that's just the cost of doing business. If you can't do it, if you can't show up, then they got to hire somebody else. If they're not making the amount of money that they projected that they would make and they're losing money, they're going to have to start downsizing. It's just business. But what we have to always continue to do is educate ourselves and have a plan A, B, C, and D, because all we have is us. And that's why when it comes to taking off time from work, take your time off from work. When it comes to um, give and take in a relationship, give, definitely give. You want to give somebody what you feel like you deserve, right? You don't want to just be halfway, 1 foot in and 1 foot out of the door in a relationship. You want to be that person who is open and ready for love. And you can't be too cautious in a relationship. When you opt to love, then you are taking on the possibility that you could end up hurt. That's just what love is. But you cannot go into something guarded and hesitant. But you can still take care of yourself. Don't miss out on opportunities to educate yourself. If you're a woman or a man, don't just rely on your spouse and say, well, he has the bills covered, so we're good. He can get hurt at work. He can lose his job. He can get sick, right? Or he can wake up one day and decide he doesn't want to be married to you anymore. And then you'll be stuck. So what we have to do is constantly make sure that we are pouring into ourselves and investing in ourselves, because yes, your spouse took vows. Yes, they should be with you until the day that you guys are no longer. But what if you wake up and decide, wait a minute, I'm not in love with him, or you find that you made a mistake? You don't want to have to stay with somebody because you can't afford to leave. Always, always know that seasons change and we change. We change from being a child to being an adult. And even in our adult lives, we will change and be different, right? Um, I've gained lots of weight in my adult life. I've been married and now I'm divorced. Um, I've seen my children's parent twice, twice. Uh, I've seen my children lose a parent. So ain't nobody coming to help me with them. Nobody is coming. They can't. They couldn't if they wanted to. So what am I going to do? Sit up and say, "Oh, my children's father is no longer here. Oh, I don't have any help. Oh, I'm a single mother." No, I'm going to get out there and get to it. And that's what I recommend you do. If you're listening, if you're on the replay, and you happen to be watching after this live, comment. First of all, comment so I can know that you dropped by, but also stay encouraged, guys. That's just what it is. We don't ever want to lose sight of that me, I am I'm my greatest asset. And my ability to pray, my ability to lean on God and not my own understanding, my ability to commune with Him every day, to read my Bible. Last week, oh my gosh, last week I was having my Bible study and I was crying like 2, 3 days in a row. I was just crying. I was so down and I was feeling some type of way. And I just kept giving it to God. And then I was in the midst of my Bible study. And I said, God, why am I so sad? And I feel like my focus is everywhere but here with you. And I said, no, this is when you're supposed to feel all these different things. Whatever you feel is supposed to come out right now so that you and God can handle it together. You're not supposed to hold it in and try to say, oh, I'm just reading my Bible. Oh, give God your unfocused. Give God the ugliest parts of you, the parts that hurt so deep that people don't even know hurt you. Give that to God because He can heal you of it. He can heal you of the worst hurts that you have ever endured. I know because He's done it with me. And He always does it with me. And that's why I'm here a week later and I'm feeling reinvigorated, re-inspired, re. I'm here today to get you there as well. Yes. I'm not just here talking, guys. I believe everything I say. Because I've experienced it and because I've reaped the benefits of a prayer life, of reading my word every day. I've reaped the benefits of that. And like I said, this live is for those of you who are tired and who are still making it happen. Like, you're going to get tired. I told my daughter, Kamaria, today, I said, listen, what did I tell her today? I said, don't give all of you to somebody else. You want to be a good friend and you want to be there for them, but keep a little for yourself. Don't just give it all away. Hey, Coach Mean Ring. Thanks for tuning in. How are you doing today? Beautiful. Me and Coach's daughter, we have the same birthday. Shout out to Coach and her daughter. I told my daughter, I said, listen, you want to make sure that you have something left for you. How does the saying go? Fill up your cup first and what is left, pour into somebody else. And vice versa. Like, we can't expect people to just keep pouring into us and pouring into us. They need something for themselves, right? I just got a scratch everywhere. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. I hope you are doing okay. I'm doing well. I'm definitely doing well. I can honestly say that today I'm doing very well. And that's because I pour into me. And it does get tiring. It does get tiring reminding yourself of your greatness and cheering yourself up because the world is such a negative place. There are great positive people there too. And those are the people we got to gravitate to, right? And we also have to be that person. Like, we got to be that person no matter how tired we are, that when people come in contact with us, they feel like they can go another day. Like yesterday or today, the moment before I saw you, I felt like, oh my God, I just wanted to give up. But when they come in contact with us, if you come in contact with me, my job is to make you feel better about whatever circumstance you had, even if I didn't know it. When you come in contact with me, when you come on my channel, you should feel it. You should feel that connection through the screen. You should be able to feel that MMG is not just talking just to be talking. She believes it. And I know I'm watching her when in her content, I see her going out here and giving it her all. She's honest. She's not just talking about the good parts of being a content creator and making 5 figures a month. She's also talking about the trials and tribulations that she goes to, just like I do. We all do. We all do. This year, I want to say my biggest trial has probably been my health. And I got to be honest, not even the doctors, and they just give you medicine. They just give you medicine. If I went to the doctor and said, you know what, I'm having trouble losing weight, they're not going to sit down with me and write down a menu plan for me. They're just going to get right to the point. Here's some Wegovy. Here's some Ozempic. If I go to them and my blood pressure is high, they're just going to get right down to it. Take this medicine. And they're not going to tell me start walking, start drinking more water. They're not going to do that for me. I got to do that research myself. Now, sometimes you get a doctor who says, you know what, put that medication down. And I had a doctor who did that. She told me to stop taking, what is it, like Pepsid, and start taking a probiotic. And then just changing my diet. Once I change my diet, I don't have a need for uh, antacids. I don't have a need for it because I don't have all that backup from eating fried foods and eating processed foods. And I'm drinking more water, so I don't have those digestive issues, and I don't feel that pain in my under my chest because I'm eating better, right? And the doctors don't really sit you down and break that down to you because they don't have time to do that. They got 20 patients ahead of you, and they got another 20 patients coming after you. And that is what it is. They prescribe medication, right, Coach Me? And you have to, that's why I said you have to cheer yourself on, right? When I was going through the worst anxiety, the worst depression, do you know how many doctors? Say I saw one, two, I think I saw 4 psychologists, 4 psychiatrists rather. The psychiatrists are the ones that write the prescription out for you, right? I saw 4 different psychiatrists during my 10 years of battling, and I still have anxiety. But during those 10 years, I had only one tell me, you know what, the medicine could actually make you worse. And then I had another one. I told him, I said, look, I do not want to take medication. I'm not psychotic. I'm not going through psychosis. There's no need for me to take. That's your passion, Coach Meereen. Hey, yo, I see you, girl. I was going to properly speak to you and say hi after I finish my thought. How are you today? I see you with those shorts over there, so I already know you're busy working. Thank you for taking time out of your day because I know you have the business. I know you have the content. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Right, Coach Meereen, and I know you want me to get over there and do some exercising with you. I got to be honest. This month, I'm just concentrating on reducing my weight some because I do have the asthma. So after I reduce a little bit more weight, I feel like I can do a little bit more exercise and I'll join in with you. I am doing a little bit of exercise on my own, just a little bit, but I noticed these last couple of days, my breath wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be. And I still, try to make sure I walk around the stores and things like that. And I gauge how I'm feeling that way. But I feel like I need to lose another 20 pounds and I'll be ready to work out. It was last year I was working my butt off, but I was smaller than I am now. I gained 30 pounds last year, 28 to be exact, 28 pounds from taking, and I can't really even blame it on the prednisone because I wasn't really taking it that much, but I did take it a couple of times. And I mean, I had food noise like you wouldn't believe, honey. I wanted to eat. So I got to lose a little bit more weight. So I'm not trying to get all this going. But You respectfully disagree? How so, Coach Mean? Do you have any? Let me read it on this other phone. And let me know, because I was saying to a kid earlier today, I don't know it all. Let me know what you know. What's working for you? What do you think? Let me know. We're here to help each other out. This ain't a one man show. Do you have any Avir inhaler that helped me so much? A puff in the morning and one at night. I haven't had to use my Ventolin inhaler in months. Avir, um, what I have is Avesco. It's a bronchodilator. Um, and I notice when I want to take it once in the morning, I need to take it twice a day. So, but those bronchodilators, they have a habit of uh, raising your blood pressure. So, and I notice when I take it a lot, my blood pressure is higher. It's a purple inhaler. Um, you know what? I think I've seen that before. I think one of my family members has had that inhaler where you just suck it in. Um, I think I've had that before, but I didn't like how it made me feel, so they transitioned me to Avesco. Working out definitely does help with asthma. When I but with me, I have like an obstruction, so it's not that I don't get air in. I have a hard time getting it out. So when I work out and I don't allow myself to rest, then I'm short of breath, like the word, you know. So I try to just pace myself with that. Sometimes I'm able to work out for weeks. Sometimes I don't have shortness of breath for like a month or two. But then I notice, like when I do a lot, like say for instance, last week I started working out and I started working out and I'm getting up and I got the energy. But I noticed that by day 4 or 5, after me working out, after me lifting weights and all of that, I noticed I'm short of breath because I have to do more exhaling and inhaling. I can exhale fine. My oxygen level is like 97. I can breathe about 430, which is really good. I can get it out. My lungs are working good, but it's just that exhale. So I'm just pacing myself, and like I said, I will get to working out, but I'm doing it a little bit at a time as I'm losing the weight and getting the energy going. Um, but my doctor also gave me a different type of inhaler, and my thing is I don't want to become too reliant on the inhaler, because if I do get really sick, then the next steps that they have to take to get me breathing right would be that much harder. But like I was saying back to what I was saying earlier, you know, I um I was told by psychiatrists that, okay, well, take this medicine, take that medicine. And I'm sitting there looking like, that's not what I need. And thank God I knew that was not what I needed, because I just knew that if I was taken out of the situations I was in, the stressful work environment, I knew that if I stopped working there, but I didn't feel like I could. I didn't feel like I didn't trust God to take care of me and the Barbs. I honestly didn't. I felt like if I didn't work, I wasn't gonna eat. But God said differently. He said, "Oh, I got you," and I kept. I must have. I can't tell you how many jobs I applied for. I went for second and third interviews, and then finally it hit me. You're not supposed to work right now. You're supposed to sit down right now. And so I just focus on content creation. You know, family members, they'll help you some, but they have their own bills. They have their own obligations to take care of their children and things like that. And so all I could do, I couldn't work, right? I couldn't work. I didn't have, all I had was like a survivor's benefits for my children. Um, and that was, you know, a help, but it certainly wasn't what I was used to making every month. So I just had to just keep relying on God. And, you know, as the months went by, I was able to make more money as a content creator. And I had help from my father some, and that's just how I'm able to provide for me and my kids without being at work, and how I'm actually able to say that today, after 10 years, when I could cry, after 10 years of going through brutal anxiety, of going through intrusive thoughts like you wouldn't believe. And I'm talking from the time I opened my eyes until the time I went to sleep. I actually could not sleep. I would toss and turn all night long. Nobody wasn't here but me and my children. And I would pray all day long. My mom would talk to me. I had my sister come sometimes. And when I was married, I stayed in that relationship and endured more than I was really willing to, because I just felt like I needed somebody else to be with me, to help me get through the day. I didn't feel like I could do it on my own. And once I finally decided that I could trust myself, that I could trust God to keep me, once I did that, once I left the job and relied on God to take care of me and my kids, you wouldn't believe it was like a, a mountain of boulders just lifted off of me. I started feeling happy again. I started feeling at peace again. I could lay my head down and sleep for 8 hours. It didn't take medicine. It didn't take pills. It took me really, yes, amen, Coach Meering. It really took, you know, me really just tuning in to my relationship with God. That's one thing. And not listening to other people. Somebody can mean well and have the best intentions for you based on their experiences, based on their viewpoint. Stress is a real energy. I'm always trying to read, knowing I can't see. uh, Stress is a real energy zapper. Yes, it is. Yes, Coach Meering, you have to approach fitness in the best way that will help you stay consistent for the long haul. Oh, you said no, not the powder one? You got to email me and fill me in, Entertainment You Love. Let me know, because um, I definitely need something that could help. And Coach Meering, I've been doing like, I'm supposed to be doing that right now, but it seems like when I work out with the therapist, it seems like after I work out with them, because what they do is when you have COPD and asthma, they have you work out and then they have you sit down and breathe. And for some reason, after I do that for a while, I'm good for months. But my thing is, once I start feeling better, once my energy returns, once my lungs feel like that of a teenager, I want to start running. I want to start running, and I don't really pace myself like they teach us. I will send it to you when I get home, please. Okay, I'll remind you. Um, but definitely, Coach Meering, my pulmonologist always, reminds me to work out, because if you have asthma and you don't go for walks and you don't do the deep breathing, that actually can worsen your condition. You have to work out and you have to go for walk. Yes, it's definitely a marathon, slow and steady. And that's just me not trying to act like I know it all, Coach Meering, but that's just me advocating. And that's what this is really all about, right? Us having the ability to advocate for ourselves, or us having the ability to speak up and say, you know what, this is what I need for me. But also exchanging ideals. Like I said, that's what this live is all about. I don't just come on here and just try to talk at people or try to express my viewpoints on others. I'm here to receive as well. I need you guys to let me know and give me information as well, because I don't know it all and I don't want to know it all. I want to learn from others. I want to, teach others. I want to exchange ideals and communicate. Um, and yes, definitely, be an inspiration to somebody else. But that's what my whole life has been about. And at the time, I said, God, why me? And he would say, why not you? And I'm like, I know, God, but why me? This is so miserable. going through anxiety and having depression and feeling stressed out. God, I'm so miserable. I can't do it any longer. And every time I told him that, he was like, yes, you can. Yes, you will. And I'm like, God, I can't go another year like this. And the whole time, the answer was right there. It was right in front of me. Quite often, it's right in front of us, but we want to do things our own way. We want to do things the safe way. Um, God never wanted me to rely on others, not because He wanted me to feel like I couldn't rely on other people or others couldn't be trusted. He wanted me to see that I could trust myself, and most of all, I could trust Him. So yes. I don't think you're acting like you know it all. You are doing what is best for you. I'm a fitness coach, so I naturally push people out of their comfort zone. You are stronger than you think. Um, you know what? Absolutely. And I received that. Thank you. Um, and I wasn't implying that. I hope I wasn't coming across like I was telling you that. I was just speaking of where my headspace is at and why I talk the way I talk. But um, I would never try to just offend you. And I hope I didn't because that's not my intention at all. Um, but right. Thank you for that. It's all love. It's definitely all love. And um, as I was saying, God said it's not good for man to be alone. So I definitely feel that we need each other. But to rely on somebody else, I feel like we can't do that. We cannot rely on somebody else to help us function throughout the day. The only people that should be relying on their on another person is a child. Your child should be able to come to you and tell you anything. Your child should expect that the rent is going to be paid or the mortgage is going to be paid. They should be able to expect that food is going to be on the table. No excuses, right? Because when you opt to have a child, that's what you're doing. You're saying, I can take care of somebody else. So kids don't ask to be here, but you still want to raise your kids up to so that they can also take care of themselves, and not so that they won't need you, but so that they won't rely on you, right? Because our kids are always going to need us. I haven't met an adult yet who has lost a parent who says, who doesn't say, I miss my mom, or I wish my mom was here, or I wish I could just call my mom and talk to her. Um, so we are always going to need our parents. I'm almost 50 and I think my mom probably doesn't know this, but I pray for her every day and I thank God for her every day. She knows, my mom knows, besides God, my mom knows what I was struggling with because I really told her the meat and potatoes of everything. Nobody else knew exactly what I was going through because I told my mom every single thing. I didn't tell anybody else. And it's still some things that even she doesn't know, that only God knows, because He knows my heart better than anybody. But what I stopped doing is, I think it was about 2 years ago, I was still I was still having a little bit of trouble sleeping, but I was to the point where I could just go through it. I never called her like in the middle of the night, like, Mom, I can't sleep. And then finally, as I started, praying and seeking my strength from God, then I was finally able to go to sleep. And I used to go to my mom's house like every day, every day. Like, I rarely go to that. I had to remind myself to go to her house because I want to see my mom. We talk more, but I used to have to go over there because I needed to. And like I said, we don't want to raise kids like that we have to coddle and we have to, as a mom, that is draining, right? I love my daughters. I love my daughters, but I don't want to raise girls that constantly are relying on me to get by in life. I need them to be able to be strong. So I teach them about God. I teach them about how to take care of themselves. And I'm teaching them about how to be women who can stand on their own 2 feet. I've always felt independent and I've always felt strong, but at the same time, I didn't feel like I could do it, you know? So now being in a relationship with a man is probably a very distant desire because now that I've regained my peace, that's not something that I want to even give an inch of a way, right? To even explore uh, companionship with somebody else, not in a significant way, maybe a date or something, maybe a phone conversation, but that's me just getting back to myself, right? And sometimes I want to say, oh, you'll be married again one day, or God's going to send you someone. I'm like, that's not what I care about right now. um, if he does, great, but that's not what I care about right now. I'm at the point now where I don't feel like I need, and I think that's probably the difference from who I was even 10 years ago. I felt like I needed to be with somebody. Um, Even before I was having anxiety, I felt like I needed this relationship. I felt like, oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. But that it probably wasn't love. But I probably, how they said, oh, you probably needed a hug, but I got married instead. I probably needed to just sit down and love on myself, but instead I got married. I probably needed to quit that job, but instead I just start eating and gaining weight and falling in love with chocolate chip cookies or whatever, right? So yeah, let me know in the comments what's something that you felt like you needed help with, but when you looked around, nobody was there to help you, and you managed to succeed at it anyway. Let's talk, guys. I'm doing all the talking. Let's talk about it. What is that? This one thing, or maybe it was more than one thing, but something that you can look back on and you thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. I don't have anybody to help me, nobody support me, but you were able to do it on your own. Come on, guys. I know you got something. Especially if you're a content creator like me, right? It's so hard. Definitely weight loss over 40, right? Definitely, Coach Mean Ring. Definitely. Um, like can't nobody, I was like, I wish somebody would just come and slap this Reese cup out of my hand, but it's gonna take you, right? Um, you gotta dig deep, and some people say find a reason. I have a lot of reasons why I want to lose weight. My high blood pressure, my asthma, my kids, but that wasn't going to do it because I still wanted the Reese cup. It just got to the point where, you know, I'm short of breath, and, I do want to work out. I do want to do more things. What was it? What reason was it that I just really, oh, I had ate my seventh or eighth rib over a weekend, guys. It wasn't in one sitting. Over 4th of July weekend. I had already said that I wanted to start eating clean beforehand, but I don't know what really made me do it this time because I always set the date. I'm going to start on this Monday. I'm going to start on that day. And I have been like intermittent fasting this year as well. But as soon as I would come off the fast, I would just start eating like crazy again. So I think it was, eating the ribs and then my legs starting to swell, and me not liking that feeling, me feeling like, oh no, because once the body starts swelling, that's a risk factor, right? If your body starts to swell, once your ankles and legs start swelling, and it's not because of medication, then you got an issue. You got an issue that needs to be addressed. It could be heart failure, it can be hypertension, it could be your kidneys, it could be anything, right? You started on a random Tuesday, and I just promised myself that I will never stop ever again. I I started on a random Tuesday too. It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks, and let me tell you, I have been eating so horribly that within 5 days of me changing my eating habits, I lost 14 pounds. So that lets you know how much extra water weight I was carrying. Now it's like the second week I lost 4 pounds, and now I guess it's just coming off little by little. It's been almost 8 years for you, and you look great. You look absolutely great. You were a beautiful woman beforehand. And that's what people say too. I get people saying, and like I said, people mean well. People was God be the glory. Amen. Thank you, yo yo. I'm working on it. Shoot, I want a potato chip so bad, but but I want to feel healthier much more. Um, thank you. But now the weight is coming off slowly, as it should, because I think that some of us, me too. I wish I could just like hit a switch and then I go from being overweight to a normal weight. That's your key term, healthy, right? Um, as I was gonna say to you, some people will say, like I told you, you look beautiful before. Some people say, "Oh, you look beautiful the way you are." It's not about how we look; it's about how we feel. Um, Sometimes I'm walking through Walmart and I got the I have my diva fan because I'm so hot, and I'm asking people, "Are you hot? Is it hot?" It's my fat self. It's my big back self with all this extra weight and salt on me. And my pulmonologist told me if you lose weight, you won't need medication anymore. So, and I'm like, is that really gonna happen though? Like, because I don't feel like that's true, but I know it probably won't be as bad, even if, but I can't think like that. I can't think like that. I got to think positive. I got to think positive. If I lose the weight, I feel like I know I won't need high blood pressure medication anymore. And I'm hoping and praying that I won't need the inhalers anymore. I was always told I carried the weight well. Meanwhile, my back was on fire at all times and I couldn't breathe. Coach Meering, when you lost the weight, do you feel like, you could breathe better? I'm going to say in June, I was walking around Walmart for my daughter's. She wanted to go get a cake and all of that stuff. And we were doing some things for her birthday. And I felt like my legs were walking, like I was walking through mud. It was terrible. And so that's probably when I started really making the decision that after 4th of July, there'll be no more holidays for a couple of months, and I'm going to take the rest of the summer to just really pour into myself and really try to work towards getting the weight off. And that's why. Um, on top of me buying clothes and not really liking how they fit, because I know how they used to fit, right, and how they fit now. So, but it wasn't really uh, a looks thing. Way better. I can work out and teach class that takes a lot of breath control. Yes, it does. Um, I know someone, they lost a lot of weight and they said they felt the same way, like they could barely lift their legs. And after losing the weight, they are able to exercise a lot more, and they smoke a lot, considerably a lot. And I think that's what it's about, being able to just, I don't know if you guys can hear it today, but sometimes you can hear me like this when I'm talking. And I don't notice that I'm doing that, but when I hear myself on camera, I can hear that, me taking that breath. And that's just me trying to take a deep breath. It's not about the aesthetics, it's really about a better quality of life. Absolutely. Facts. Um, and that's something that nobody else can do for us, right? No one else can do that for us. If we want to be healthy, it's we got to stop putting the food in our mouth. If we want to feel more energetic, we have to take those steps. Nobody can do the exercise for us. No one can do the exercise for us. No one can give us that motivation. They can talk to us and they can encourage us. They can actually discourage us too, right? Some people say negative things about people who are heavy set or overweight, like me. Oh, they don't know that, I like to eat. I'm going to be honest. I love to eat, but it's not eating that causes you to be overweight. It's eating too much, right? And eating too much of the wrong things. I, like last night, I found myself eating 2 boxes of the small raisins, but I'm trying to get out of that after I eat dinner. I'm trying to get out of that late night snacking because I was able to not snack at night for a while. I was able to do that for like months. I was able to go months without a Reese cup. I was eating food, but I was going months without feeling the need to eat chips. And that's just me feeling better, right? When I feel better, like even with my asthma, when I feel better and I'm less reliant on medication, I notice that I can cook more healthier meals, and I notice I'm ready to get up and get going a lot more. Um, that was the reason too why I wasn't going live as much. I just, quite frankly, didn't feel like it, and so that's where Yo-Yo came in. Yo-Yo, you did get me to go live more. I owe that to you for sure. She did, because I was just sitting there watching her go live. I would be on her live and maybe some other content creator lives, um, to support them sometime. But mostly I would just, and sometimes I would just listen to Yo-Yo's lives or whatever. But she was like, Queen, I want you to come join us. I want you to be a part of Creators University or Streamers University. And I was like, and I'm glad I did it, because that was like the catalyst for me getting more watch hours. That was a catalyst for me meeting all of you all, a lot of you guys. And it just made me just get reinvigorated. So people like her, people like me, people like you, Coach Meereen, we need that. We need to be here. Like, even if it's just for one person, we need to come on live and motivate each other. Hey, Elevated Chills. Hey, K Money. No, that's not K Money. That's Candy K all day. Hey, Candy. How are you guys doing today? We're talking about staying motivated, and when we can't count on anybody else, we have to count on ourselves. My purpose is to motivate. Exactly, Coach Me. And I think, Meereen, I think you do a great job of that. I've been over there on your page, guys. Check her out. She's very motivational, and she has a lot of good content over there as well. Yo-Yo is as well. Hey, Kendi K. Kendi K is getting to that bag, that content creator bag. And when I say getting to that bag, I mean she's really getting into talking with other content creators and really pouring into them and showing how we can get where we want to be and be successful as content creators. I don't even know who that is on here, but thanks for getting them straight. Mr. Stab. Ooh, let me block you, because you know what? Let me report you and all of that, because I didn't even like your content name. See how people come on here? But thank you, Elevated. Thank you for coming on here and putting him in his place. It's always somebody like you, sir. But we're going to get you up out of here. We're going to get you up out of here, sir. And hopefully you lost your page too, because I reported you. You don't have mods or he would be gone. No, I don't have a mod. You know what? I don't have a mod yet. I didn't think I was big enough to have a mod yet. Yeah. But those type of people, they are so miserable in life. They are so miserable, and they don't have anything going for themselves. All they have is to try to come and make somebody else miserable, right? And I'm too old to care about what somebody says to me negative. Sometimes, you're just like a fly, and I just want to like get you out of my face, like move, but I really don't care. And one of my sisters said, I can't wait till I get like you. It's like, baby, I've been through some stuff. I've been through worse than a troll. I've been through way worse than a negative troll coming on my live and saying something negative. I've been through 10 times worse than that. There's nothing you can say to me and you don't know me. You're not paying my bills. Why would I care what you say? As a matter of fact, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for people like that who hate themselves that much that they want to go and project that out into the world. Like, I have never been that miserable where I can go to somebody's page and say something like that to them. I have never been that miserable. I have never been that miserable and that negative to where I just want to make somebody else feel bad. On the contrary, even when I was feeling horrible, even when I was going through the worst, I wanted to make people feel good because I wanted to feel good, and I didn't want people to feel like me. Hey, Janet, thanks for sticking in. Hey, Ryan. So yeah, we're gonna get that, and I feel like when I get trolls, I feel like I'm doing something right. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, I don't feel deflected. My message is still going to stand. I'm going to still continue to come on. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh no, a troll. So, you know, Elevate, did you get a new job? Now you're using Nightbot. You know what? I see you, Candy Kate, and Mr. Ninja Turtle using Nightbot. I think I might have even seen you using it as well, Elevate. And I want to start using that too. I want to get that going. And Mr. Ninja, Dr. Ninja Turtle, he's also been giving some other gems when I listen to his lives about how to do your content a certain way. And I need to email all you people and really dig into your heads and find out some of the things that I've been seeing you do that I haven't been utilizing yet. And I want to start utilizing that as well on my channel. But thank you guys all for tuning in. Did everybody hit that like button when you came in? Let's see, where is the chat at right now? Right now we have Janet as number 1 as the top fan. Open Book is number 2. Elevate is number 3 in the top fans. So thank you guys all for participating and engaging in the chat. When you come in and engage and you like, that just helps the conversation a little bit better. The link is in the description of my shop talk. Back to Dr. Ninja Turtle. You guys are collabing. Yeah. You've been trying to shout out from your leaderboard as well. Yeah, I think YouTube sent out an email regarding that. Sometimes you got to just read those emails. I don't read them a lot, but sometimes they're you landed a contract job in your town. I got to go over to your page. I'm sure you probably, I know I saw 2 of your lives related to your contract gig, but I got to go over there and check out because I know you probably put some content out about it. Elevated. Ryan, what's going on with you today? I know you got some lives going on. Ryan's been killing it in these YouTube streets. I'm seeing him everywhere. I'm seeing him on lives early in the morning, late in the afternoon. And he's got people over there. I mean, his chat, one day his chat was just going and going and going. And I'm like, Ryan says he's not taking this serious, but he's doing really well over there. So, yeah. That's a collab to link his video in each of my descriptions and Elevated video on StreamYard. Oh, okay. Yeah, Ryan, he's really cool, very supportive. Everybody in this chat are very supportive, and I'm happy to know them. And Yo-Yo was kind of instrumental in that. Guys, where has Richie been? I haven't seen him on here. Has anybody else seen him on live? I haven't seen him go on live, and I liked him. He was really good at, motivating the chat and getting everybody together. Yes, click on everybody's name on here, like, and you guys follow each other up and network. Everybody in this live is very supportive, you know, and great at encouraging each other. Oh, you might not know him, Candy K. You might not know him, um, but he's a content creator as well. And I know that he was working on some stuff for school, but he was very, very motivating, and he was very supportive of all the content creators. So, oh, I didn't hear about that elevated chills. What skeletons? Dare I not ask? I need to stop gossiping. Um, I need to not start. Hmm. Child. Hmm. We all have different lives off this YouTube thing. Somebody was saying, don't be afraid to share. And I'm like, I really don't have a lot of drama in my life. Isn't that something? How once I stopped working, once I got. Hey TSM, how you doing? Can you guys hear me now? Can you put a one in the chat if you can hear me now? Everybody, can you put a one in the chat if you can hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay. The mic wasn't having it. You know what? I didn't even charge them up. But did the sound better with these? I usually have the AC on, and I also have like a fan. Today I don't have my big fan because I overheat really easy. Um, but today I use this to help with the sound. Let me know in the chat. Did you feel like, what is UPS doing at my door? I didn't order nothing from UPS. Mm, mm. Do you? The sound was better with the mic. Yeah, I'm gonna charge it up. I bought like two different sets from Amazon. I bought one set and lost and put it somewhere and I forgot where it was. And then I bought another set. So I don't know which mics go to which thing. What is going on? And does it require two UPS men to drop off one? I guess he's training. Mm. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Okay, these people use different people all the time. I ordered another Tupac shirt. My Tupac shirt got ruined, so I ordered another one. I think that's what's coming from Target. You're gonna get one. I got one. I got it from Amazon. I could send you a link to where I got the microphone from. Yo-Yo got one for $5 at Five Below. I haven't seen them at the Five Below where I live, but and I don't know the quality of it. But I noticed I haven't seen Yo-Yo using it. Yo-Yo, why don't you ever use your mic if you're still here? It should be a Biggie shirt. You don't need another Tupac shirt. You know what? I was looking for a Biggie shirt. I'm gonna have to find one. I know his daughter has something going on. Doesn't she have a website or something like that? But I am, I'm a fan of both, but I'm a bigger fan of Biggie musically. But I like them both, but I just really like this shirt. That's why it got messed up because it was Tupac. You know what? I thought Biggie was the best lyricist. I really did. I'm not gonna front. I think like I would definitely put him over anybody right now. He just had a way with words. I liked his wordplay. I really liked his wordplay. I liked Tupac and I liked his messages and I liked a lot of his songs, but I liked Biggie's wordplay. And I'm from the West Coast. I know they're both East Coast rappers, but Tupac was repping the West Coast like he was born here too. Tupac was such a chameleon. He could be in ballet one day, he can act one minute, he can rap. He was just, I think, you know, some people they are born into this world and they're just too much. And he just has so much going on. Thanks for sharing me out, TSM. How have you been doing? You're working on your children's album. That's what's up. Thank you. TSM, you know, he's working on good music over there, and I love that. He's focusing on making motivational content and motivational music for children. They need that. And I know, like, my little granddaughter, she was watching Gracie's Corner for a while, and we don't have a lot of content made by us for us. But these kids, they get into these content creators and these songs, and if you can teach them the numbers and letters, even better, even better. My granddaughter wouldn't hardly talk to us, but as soon as Gracie Corner comes on and starts asking her questions, she can answer that. But she had the Gracie Corner theme for her first birthday, and Gracie's Corner is just content on YouTube, and she has music, and now I think Gracie has like a, a costume now for birthday parties. Your heartbeat sounds like Sasquatch feet thundering, shaking the concrete bars. He has a lot of uh, like my favorite ones. Like I know you seen this name brand nigga with flow so sick he sweet like licorice. I love going back to Cali. That's I mean not going back to Cali. Wait a minute. Which one is that? The one that he had right before he passed. Um, Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. That's one of my favorite ones. Hypnotize. Hypnotize, Juicy, uh, Biggie, Give Me One More Chance, the remix version. And I know, I love it when you call me Big Pop, but that was one of my favorite ones too. Hey, Ann, how are you doing? Thanks for tuning in. How are you? You're good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Elevated. I know where the money at. Where the money at? You like the original? You know what? You know when it goes, Biggie, give me one more chance. Biggie, Biggie, give me one more. I never really listened to that one. Um, his first album, I only really listened to the singles, and I listened to what he did with Junior Mafia. But his second album, I probably listened to him more. Uh, I like Notorious Thugs. I like Sky's the Limit. Sky's the Limit is one of my favorite songs by Notorious Big. Now I got to get off of here and go turn him on. But I'm a fan of 90s. In the 90s, I think I listened to way more rap than I did any other era. Um, I actually bought. I didn't buy any of Tupac's music, but I would listen to it. But I actually bought Notorious Big's albums. Um, I bought some LL Cool J. I bought Jay Z. I used to buy every one of his albums for a while. As a matter of fact, I think I probably owned every except for Reasonable Doubt, and I like a few songs on there. But I bought probably mostly all of Jay Z's albums too. Like I like strong lyrical rappers. I don't like the bubblegum rap. I don't like the pop rap. Um, Nelly was okay. Ludacris was okay for me. If I'm gonna listen to somebody, they have to say something thought provoking, and they have to have a way with words. It's not even really, to me, what you're saying, it's how you're saying it, and that's what just catches my vibe. I'm like, I'm an author, guys. I'm a writer, so I'm a wordsmith. I love words. I love when people can. It doesn't have to be one of those $100,000 words. It can be any word, but it just can't be like hot on pop. I don't want to hear Dr. Seuss raps. People be coming in these chats saying the craziest things. It's like, where do you guys get this stuff from? Like, I want to marry somebody. Like, does this look like a who wants to get married? Like, chat. Like, come on. But guys, I think I've said um, everything I was gonna say today. I hope you guys are all doing well. And now that I've done my live, my job is done for the day. No, but honestly, I'll be stopping by some of your lives today. Um, I try to get everybody in when I can. Elevated. I haven't been over to one of your lives in a while. And Coach Meereen, when are you guys going live? Before we end this live, let me know if you already been live today, or if you are going live today or sometime soon. Like, what is your? Are you like me? I try to go live earlier in the day. It's always my goal to go 10 o'clock here, and I guess it'll be 1 o'clock if you're on the East Coast, but maybe like 9. I really want to go live at 9 a.m. Pacific time. I feel like that's a perfect spot for me to go live at 9 or 10, but I never can make it on here. Like, you go live every day by 1:50 p.m. and 6 on Sundays. You went live for the day already? Okay, I can go catch your replay. Anybody else? Anybody else? Let us know. Okay. So Coach Meereen, I will be going to check out the replay and see what you got going on over there. And until tomorrow, guys, the message of the day was, cheer your cell phone. Sometimes we got people there for us, but ultimately we want to be able to rely on ourselves and stand on our own 2 feet, right? Have a blessed day, guys. I love you all. Take care. God bless.